but if you prefer, feel free to join us. Wow, this is really serious all of a sudden. It's not church, folks. It's not church. Well, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Max Disposti, pronounced he, him. I'm the founder and executive director here at the LGBT Center. And, okay, thank you for the applause. And honestly, I'm really thrilled about this event today because the way we envision this coming together, and it's also an opportunity for this space at Apple Street to start doing more and more art. Our own existence as queer people is an artistic way to survive what we're experiencing nowadays, but beyond that, not just for the negative, but for the positive, this is a great opportunity that was offered to us to be introducing art and the artist, but also to make sure that we can create more partnerships like this into the future, and that will allow us to talk about art, our own journeys, and also making sure that we make space for our artists and the arts, visuals, representations, whatever it is, it's what we would like to create in this space. So, for those of you that are not that being here before, that haven't not been here before, this is Apple Street. This is the house of the North County LGBTQ Resource Center. We purchased this space, this building, the one across the street, just a year ago in January, after a community effort, a fundraising effort to allow us to put down enough for us to be in a debt now with mortgage. But we did this honestly in the time where everybody was not even thinking about more visibility for LGBT spaces. We did it because we believe in that. We still believe in that, especially in times like this. We want to be louder, more visible, and we're not backing down from anything. Before I introduce Patrick Stillman, which was really the brain behind this collaboration, as you can see, this very sophisticated presentation. We really didn't know how we want to do the unveiling of the art, and truly we followed the rules on that, and hopefully it will work and the ceiling won't come down when we put it down. But I just want to create this space for us, for you, for us. Patrick will share a few notes about who he is and the great collaboration we just started with Patrick Stillman. If those of you who don't know Patrick Stillman, you haven't been going around too much because he's very well known in San Diego, in the San Diego scene as an artist, but also as a producer of organizing and other artists in his own studio down in Hillcrest. He will tell you more about it. But this collaboration comes from his idea, which he will present tonight. But the idea is that after the unveiling of the art, some of the artists are here. Some of you might be shy or not. I invite you to come if you want to, if you feel comfortable to just share what this experience and journey meant to you. And we can have a conversation starting from there. So without further ado, Patrick Stillman, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming out, everybody. I know it's a busy time of the year, so it means a lot to the Resource Center and the Studio Door and the artists that you're here today. So 12 years ago, I created the Studio Door. It's an art gallery currently in Hillcrest, and we have 17 studio artists that come and go 24 hours a day, and then we showcase other local artists in the gallery throughout the year. And my main mission is to support San Diego artists and kind of fill the gaps in that very crazy, twisty, how do you be an artist in the world today? So we kind of filled different little gaps with special shows. Some of them are like national theme shows where local artists can hang alongside their national counterparts, like during Pride Month. Or maybe it's just a special focus on one artist and showing multiple works so you can really see what they're really all about. So the studio door has been going along, and as a gay man myself, I felt it was really an important mission for me to raise up my community, because a lot of galleries are shy about showing LGBTQ art and the themes that are represented, and a lot of museums show it and then they whitewash or they hide our histories. And so this is a space where we celebrate all our voices. And so it's only natural, and I don't know why it took so long, but last year I was talking with the mayor's task force as the Hillcrest was designated by the city as the LGBT History Center, our cultural district. And I thought, it's time to bring artists together. I find a lot of times, even the work I'm doing, younger artists aren't necessarily meeting up with older artists. You know, photographers or plein air painters aren't really mixing with studio artists and ceramicists. And it's like, I really wanted to embrace everybody and bring them together. And so what you're going to see here is really a celebration of our community that I think is so critical. I don't think it's ever been done, and it should have been done a long time ago. And that is, here we have 38 artists, and we get to have all their voices collected in one mural-sized work. And I'm so happy to have been sort of the instigator to make that happen, but even more importantly is that it gets to live on here in the community here in North County. And I'm so proud of all of the work that Max and his staff have done in this community over the years. When I moved here some time ago, this was not necessarily a city that you wanted to come up and hang out in. And now I can see over the years how much has changed, and that the LGBTQ community is visible, seen, and loved with all these services. And so bravo to all of you who've been here. So I don't want to take all the credit for this, because it didn't all happen just because of me. I work closely with the Word San Diego. Caesar's the editor. He's in the back there in the white and black shirt. And he comes into the studio once a month and does his cover shoots. And one month, Max was featured and was in there, and he saw these works in progress and said, "What the heck is that?" And then they started talking, and Caesar's like, "I think that they're looking for a place to put this." And Max is like, "I've got the place." And so it's really community that brought this together. And yeah, without further ado, let's do it.
Let's do it. We do the actual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we just, Candy, you want to take the third one?
Yeah, anyone
Mike,
can
Danny.
help us get to tear down the ceiling. Just be gentle. We should go.
Okay, we need a 3. 1, 2, 3.
1,
1, 2, 3. You can't even count.
Zero damage to the ceiling.
Do you want to share a little bit more about? Yeah, go ahead.
So all of these words are expressing the LGBTQ community in positive and powerful ways. And I'm going to bring up a few of the artists to speak specifically about their pieces. But what I really love when I first look at this is the fact that it's so vibrant, and that you really see each of the artists' personality in each word. And their mission wasn't so much to illustrate the word as it was to showcase their creativity. And so when you see passion, that doesn't necessarily mean that the birds on there are representing passion. It's showcasing, is that Stefan's?
Yep.
Stefan Talian's work. He's one of my studio artists. So each piece really needs you to come close and take a look at that. So why don't we bring some of the artists up, have them talk, and then we'll get a group picture with the artists, and then we'll let everybody come forward and really get to enjoy the art. Carol, you want to come up first?
Hi, everyone. Happy Pride.
In December, yes.
You can say that any month.
Right.
I'm Carol Cook, and my word is inspire. I am so honored to be part of this collaborative project. When I'm creating art, I'm generally so immersed in the process. I'm in a zone, totally unaware of anything or anyone else. But I have to say that this experience of creating art with and on the word inspired, I was so present to the fact that I was part of something so much bigger. I was so present to the fact that other artists were at the same time designing their word, painting on their letters, and that brought to me a sense of being one with the vibrant energy of community and forward thinking and possibility. And my background is actually as a mathematics teacher.
Oh, wow.
And so the word inspired spoke to me immediately because I always thought that that was my primary role as an instructor, as a teacher, is to inspire my students to want to be learners and to believe in the power of their own thinking. And geometry was my specialty, that was my focus. And so you can see that in the word, you know, the fine lines, the design, the geometrics of it all gave me such joy. I felt in this project that there is so much of me returning to who I am. And I want to thank Patrick because I had the opportunity this year for the celebration of Pride in San Diego to create a project. It was called Bold and Brilliant, and it was all about researching the colors of LGBTQIA plus Pride. And through my research, I discovered over 60 Pride flags of various gender identities and sexual orientations. And so that was also with me as I designed my word inspire. So it just feels, this moment right now feels like the perfect way for me to celebrate the completion of what's been a marvelous year of creativity and community. So, thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi all, my name is Danny Morrill. My word is power over here, the black and white one. I think in coming into this project, what I appreciated the most was that Patrick was kind of just like, you do you. You know, when you're working on something like this, not everyone is that generous to just let you express yourself in that way. And to let, me really just like do my type of art and stick to what I usually do, which is a lot of guys, a lot of nudity. So I really appreciate that. And honestly, in all my work, what I'm just trying to do is kind of, as everyone has said today, it's about representation. We've come, I think, a long way. When I watch TV or listen to music or anything, and I think about when I was a teenager, it's just so different. There's so many queer characters, and I think we are moving in the right direction. And I'm just so excited that art can be a part of that. And I think that it's such like a great way to move us forward in a non-confrontational way. It opens people's eyes, and it also just it lets people know that they're seen and that there's other people like them out there. Yeah, so that's my piece, and I'm just really grateful to be a part of this. Thank you.
Thank you.
How are the words selected for the artist, or do the artist select the words?
Oh, good question.
Do you want to speak to that? Well, when I had this idea, I was thinking that it would be hung in a public space. So I did want to have words that maybe would be generating certainly community, joyfulness, and power for us, and at the same time not alienate our allies. So I just tried to really choose words that I felt, that I felt that everyone could get behind. And then it was a game of trying to figure out how to fit those words into these panels. And my partner,
Which was my job.
And how did each word land with each artist?
the artist got to choose them first come, first serve.
Okay. Awesome.
There are chairs up here if you guys want to sit down. There's space.
Okay. Hi, I'm Yvette, or Evie, my word is hero. That's this one right here. So it's like, oh crap, hero, what the hell am I gonna do with that? And so I thought about different things, like how each of us can be heroes for each other, and there's so many people that do really kind things unseen. But then there was a song that got stuck in my head and just kept going on repeat. And anyone who remembers the 80s might already be. John, would you just sing a little bit?
She warned me about this, so she's gonna put me on the spot.
Yeah, I'm not being like super mean right now.
No, it's okay. I had to look this song up again because I haven't heard it in so long, but we don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome.
Thank you so much, John. So that was going through my head on repeat and thinking about how different our world or our country might be if we weren't waiting for a charismatic leader to come along and save us. So, and then that kind of fused or got conflated with the term navel gazing, like being self-obsessed and introverted and all of those things. So I just asked everyone I knew to send me photos of their belly buttons.
Wow.
And they were and a couple people in this room are in here. And it's up to them to tell you which one is theirs. And I have the most beautiful conversations with people about their belly buttons, how they felt about their belly buttons. And then at some point I realized, oh, I'm actually navel gazing for like hours. And everyone's belly button became so beautiful, and they started I was like, wow, it's like a mountain range. And then I was texting one of my friends, I'm like, oh my God, your belly button is a universe. And he was like, oh. And then I was like, maybe I should stop texting people about their belly buttons. But anyway, it was lovely. And you know, anyone that knows Patrick at all, he thinks of everybody and everyone individually, as well as how everything fits together. And you know, if Patrick asks you to do something, of course you will. He's just such a force of love and motivation in the community, and so thank you, Patrick.
So I hate public speaking, and I had no idea that I was going to be talking. My name is Stefan Dupas, and my word was love. And And I think one of my belly buttons might be in. So when Patrick asked about if any of us wanted to be involved in this, my work is about documenting LGBTQ plus bars and nightclubs. So our safe spaces that we've been losing over the years for multiple reasons. So it was very important to me to be a part of this. And I was very thankful that Patrick invited me. And I couldn't have asked for a better word. He asked us to just choose 3 and he'd send us back which one. And I think that like our safe space of the bars and the nightclubs speak more about love than anything.
Yeah.
That's what our community is about. We love each other. And so having that opportunity was a blessing. And so I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to put a bunch of bars on the word love. But I do use a lot of coding in my work, and I put our flags. So I started reaching out to my friends that I knew that were couples and had them send back images. I thought, what a better way to represent our love than to showcase all of our love, LGBTQ, all of us together. So I know many of the people on there. I know there are a few people that I don't. Just because I needed to fill some space, and so I just found some couples online. But I'm happy to say that I got to honor a lot of couples that I knew throughout my life in this painting, including me and my husband. I stuck us in there. I don't usually paint myself, so I'm a little embarrassed of that. But thank you so much, Patrick. It's been an honor to be a part of this. I'm glad that it has such a wonderful home. And now that we've moved to North County, about 5 years, 2019, we moved to Oceanside, San Marcos first, and then Oceanside. So this place is very important to us, so I'm glad to be a part of it. So thank you for being here for us too.
Do you want to speak?
Oh,
Someone else take it down?
no, that's all right.
Okay. I can go next. Yes, please, come on.
I was ready to film if you go on. So you're not going up?
Hey y'all, my name is Gregory. My pronouns are he, they, and my word is celebration. And my word has a little bit of a story to it, but I was very appreciative of Max to send me the information. And at the time, I was actually out of town and going through a very big transition of my life. And I wasn't feeling like celebrating. So when I got this word, I was like, I don't even want to do this because I don't feel connected to this word right now. And when he called me, I was just thinking about all this stuff going on in my life and all the drama and the things that just had been corrupting my time. I was going through a very traumatizing move out of nowhere, and celebrating was like the last thing on my mind. But I always see things in a larger perspective. I take a step back and I try to see the full picture. And I feel like this word specifically was for me because it was challenging me to honor the celebrations and the things that are still positive and still growing in my life, even with all the drama in the background. And it's hard for me to celebrate when things are hard. I feel like it's very difficult to balance both, but this word really stuck out to me, and it challenged me to realize where I was in that moment when you called me. So it challenged me to like choose how I want to feel. And I think right now, specifically when there is so much more corruption and colonial and capitalistic control on our community, that we need to be celebrating more and partying harder and having more fun and being with our community in celebration to combat what we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So I now celebrate for my greater good. I celebrate in honor of other people in my life as well. And when you carry that kind of joy, or recognizing that there can still be joy even while there is difficulty, that it empowers you. So celebrating for me is like its own empowerment. And the last thing I want to say is that all of the letters were used with collage material from both me and my co-partner, Lou Callies. And the magazines themselves were actually from the center here, that they are all queer magazines, and so all of the photos and the artwork on it is from the Pause magazine, the HIV positive educational mags, and also like other queer zines and small prints that people have made over the years that I have just had for this collection. So I wanted to represent them as well and show that even in these hard times, celebrating is sacred in its own right.
Are there any other artists here that would like to come forward and speak? I know there's a few that, come on up, it's your time.
So I can film you, that's what I'm here for.
Hi, I'm Jeannie Ortiz, and it made me really happy when Max called me up and asked me to participate in this. I said, yes, of course. And there were 3 words left. Celebrate, spirit, and belong. And I knew right away which was my word. Because being part, I was 60 years old when I found this center. And it had taken me a while to find it. And so it's always been about belonging, and everybody that's part of this center, especially Max, has been always very inviting and caring and make me feel like I belong. And so I'm very happy about that. It was also exciting to work on something that you knew that everybody else was in their little spaces working on at the same time. You know, that was really cool. And I've been wanting to do more with what I do art-wise and relating that to what else is going on or what I want to see going on. And so this is part of that process for me. And it was good to just spend a lot of time working on something. And that helped me too. I also was able to pull out something, a tool that I've had for maybe 10 years or something, and I've never used, you know, a wood burning tool. And I usually work in wood, you know, and I sculpt, I make prints, and it has a lot to do with wood. And so here I was being able to work on this wood. And it was fun. I enjoyed it. So, thank you very much.
You know, the bottom here, all this, that's it.
All my words belong. This right here.
Let me have that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take one right there.
To handshake, you know,
Thank you very much.
and eyes and smiles and things like that.
So earlier this year, these 3 panels we have revealed during Pride Month. But this panel right here this is the first time it's been seen in the public. And so we were able to bring some North County artists into the fold that weren't part of this.
Awesome.
I'll point a few of the artist names out. You're gonna find all of them over here on this list, but I'll just mention a few. So we have Patrick Brown, who many of you know, who did this piece from his sketchbooks. We have Mauricio Hernandez. We have Syd Stevens, who's filming today, who did We have Tim Weedland and Nick Bovin, who are studio artists of mine at the studio door. Ramona Cecerba, who's a lesbian and a witch, and does some amazing works. This is done by my husband, Chad Burwald, who's mostly known for doing local drag queens, cartoon images. Big Mike Phillips, who's been around in the community for a long time.
Big Mike.
We've got Betty Bangs, DJ and lesbian artist and muralist. Stefan, I did the word create. We have on the top in the photography is Jackie Hahn, who's one of the co-chairs of Art of Pride, as well as John Kiesler, the other co-chair of Pride. And I'll mention R.D. Riccaboni, who's one of America's favorite artists, who's also represented at Spanish Village. And there's more, right? If you have questions, just ask away. So we'll have the artists come back up here, we'll take a group picture.
Yes.
And then we invite everybody to come and look at the art.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. Sure. Oh.
Can I move that space over here?
Yeah.
I need somebody to be in there.
Watch out for the 6-way, the block closer to your.
Don't get a little confused over there. Yeah.
Okay. Be careful.
Yes.
There's no outlets over here. We need a fix.
Right.
My name's Tim.
Do me a favor, step in front of it,
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
so that it's not the prominent part of the photograph I know what to take.
Yeah.
Do we need to be 2 rows or?
No, this is how
We're gonna share. Okay, perfect. Oh my God, you all fit in there. Well,
Let's do one more fun picture, like everybody doing something, okay?
Everyone on this side, hand out.
One,
That side, hand
2, 3.
Should do one where you're all squatting so you can see the entire piece.
oh, right.
Somebody's gonna have to help me out.
And they will stay there for a long time. It's beautiful.
Stay there. Thank you.
Good.
Fantastic.
I want to share a few words in closing. Where is the mic?
Other side.
Oh, I think it's gonna.
Thank you.
I don't want to put it too close to the speaker. Wonderful. So,
Thank you very much. Thank you. I love it. The pictures.
a couple of things I wanted to share just in closing. Well, first of all, I wanted to thank True Care Community Clinic because they're the one that provided the food behind over there. So thank you for Care. And then I would like to share something that really hit me in a good way. An article that Patrick wrote about maybe 2 months ago, a month and a half ago on the magazine, on the World. And one thing that Patrick wrote, and I hope I'm faithful to what your sentiment was really thinking about art in the history of our queer movement. What art has been always part of it. I mean, our own existence. You know, think about drag and our drag shows and everyone that's been doing drag. It came out of resistance, truly, right? And so how much art is part of our innate of our queer existence, our queer movement. And one thing that I took really seriously, Patrick said, we should rebuild this relationship with our LGBT spaces and art. Because sometimes it's all about, oh yeah, I'm gonna borrow something so I have a gay live event and I can showcase, that we're supporting art. But that's truly not enough, right? Supporting art means supporting the artists. It's not just about buying things, which is also very good. This is not for sale, by the way, so for now. But and it will be really for a very long time. Will be permanently here at the center, so everyone is welcome to see it. But I want to share that sentiment because Patrick, you really spoke truly a kind to the fact that we have alienated ourselves from our own history and our own artistic ability to produce art and love and passion and resistance. And I think inviting spaces like this, it's another way to build our movements, to build our care and our community. So truly, I've seen this event in that light, and you really inspire me in so many ways. I barely knew you before, but you became a friend, and so proud of that. And I just invite all of us to make an effort to understand that our relationship to art doesn't have to be elitist. It doesn't have to be inaccessible just for certain people that can afford it. It's truly the history and the journey and the narrative of our own movement. And moments like this, like when you were talking about the clubs and what they mean to us and what they have meant to us, it really has to be shared in spaces beyond just the clubs, right? And so I think this is really given to you, Patrick, for your testimony and for your always giving out to the community. Every time I reach out and mention your name, everybody knew you and how altruist you are. And so I hope truly this is the beginning. So I want our community to make us accountable, even at the LGBT Center, to make sure that we include art in our own budgeting, in our own inspiration, so that we can really make sure we give an opportunity for people to express themselves in different ways other than talking. So thank you so much again for being here. And enjoy yourself. Thank you. Okay, any more wine now?
Yeah, see out towards the camera.
Got my last name.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Hey, what's that?
I'm not actually. So I'm going to see this. I'm curious. Okay, I thought there were photos from the farm.
Yeah, basically like in our studios, we have friends and dance class there, we host like book swap events and things like that. I was never feeling when I'm